been shit in this place today. It's just any wonder, right? From both sides.
If it was clear,
Oh?
if it was not as small, it would be.
Yeah, I've never seen so much shit in the air in my life. It's weird.
Side, the left-hand side of the vessel. And there's a small museum inside also. Then you have here, he has opened the shell door, and the rope ladder has been lowered down. This is after the rose or €12 with a combo ticket for the monastery of Sraits. Long sea voyages from Brazil. Now, the construction began in 1962, and just as its sister. Now, the tower that was originally constructed on an island in the middle of the river, but due to constant changes in the course of the river, and it became silk between here and the April 25th bridge. Bridge. And for those of you on the back five. Now looking at the monastery, construction first. Now also located just to the left of the Electricity Museum is the National Coach Museum. This has the carriages from the 16th and the 19th century. Set back a little bit behind that is the Museum of Coaches from the 19th century. It was renamed the 25th of April Bridge after the 1974 Portuguese Revolution, which started on that day. It's one of the longest central spans in Europe. Just in front of that ferry, that is the area of Praia de Portugal. Just to the left of that, up on the hill area, is Barrio Alto. To the right of that, where you do see beautiful Fort George, Castle George.
Was built and born and founded here, and the angels have no back. Ladies and gentlemen, look, on the left hand side down, this is one of the 4 major railway stations. Trains depart from here to Porto, north, 160 miles. Trains depart from here on the right side, Royal Palace or Monastery, or look at the buildings to your right with the tiles. I was talking about the importance of ceramic tiles in our country. You see them everywhere. Even on the facades of the buildings. Here to the right, on the left side, the Fado Museum. Fado means fate. José Saramago, and he's translated in cruise ship, and it's called Commerce Square. These are some monuments I will show you now this afternoon, but from the river, believe me, Lisbon becomes particularly beautiful. This is now downtown Lisbon, the commercial area, the shopping district. 3/4 of the city collapsed. This was the most affected area. Ladies and gentlemen, look at the buildings. Look at them to your right and left, up from each other. After the big earthquake, we found necessary to... Andre, our driver, is slowing down. Everybody, please take a look to the left for a mental picture. On the left-hand side, on this little street, look through. At the end, there's an elevator. Can you see a lift? Look now. Look at it. This was the first iron construction of Lisbon, built in 1902 by a... John was the founder of a new dynasty in the 14th century. And now, ladies and gentlemen, we are entering Lisbon's main square. Please now, see? It's busy, busy. Well, not that busy, maybe because of the heat, but there's lots of shops and outdoor cafes and restaurants. It's called Augusta Street, Augusta. This is now Rocio Square. Look at the lovely fountain. They are very French in their style. Was the first Portuguese colony to become independent from National Theatre. Queen Mary II, built in 1846 in a perfect neoclassical style. On the right side, this is where the most important plays for classical theatre take place, the National Theatre. And to your left, ladies and gentlemen, the Central Railway Station. This is one of the 4 major stations. We already saw one. See the second? It's a lovely building from the 19th century. On the left-hand side, ladies and gentlemen, there's a small monument here dedicated to the Portuguese soldiers who died during the First World War, in which Portugal participated 100 years ago on the side of the Allies on the First World War. During World War II, Portugal remained during his lifetime that the port wine region was created in 1756, and so the Marquis of Pombal Square. Right side, everyone, look, this is a park called Edward VII. Edward VII Park. But you can see a lot during this panoramic tour right in front of us. This is now Spain Square.
Came over there at the register. They're coming.
Small reception line. Portugal. Está bien, no te calientes, después lo vemos.
It's being the funeral today. Well, she was 90. She had a long life. 20 kilometers tapestries, sort of porcelain jewelry. Look at the facade. It's a commuter. It's a train that connects Lisbon and a town 25 kilometers west called Cascais, the Greek one. Although people are not amused if she day. And I'm following her advice. And whenever I can before going home, and have a gin and tonic with her. She's a very good talker. One was an emergency, it was quite urgent, so we took Grandma to a private hospital, and for the operation of one side, we went together to help Grandmother. The other eye here, and it cost zero. Yeah. So that's basically the difference between private and public, right? The city hall of Lisbon on your left, the square that will now cross, Commerce Square, represents the enemies of the king. Get me here, you just look to your left, the ship is right there waiting for you. Normally, not running, not too slow, 15 minutes.